Welcome back to Crohn's Talk. This is episode 11. Today we're talking about natural diet-based treatment versus medical treatment. This is a very controversial subject, and I don't know that I will change anyone's minds, but I want to share my thoughts. 30 years with the disease. I've talked to a lot of people. I've read a lot of articles, and I've gone through a lot of different treatment options. Some that have worked, some that haven't, some that have worked for a little while. So I believe I at least can speak intelligently on the subject. Like I've said before, I have 2 other family members with the disease. I have always used medication to control my disease. My other family members have decided not to. One was just controlling his symptoms with diet until everything went downhill really quickly and bad, and he had to go on some extreme treatments. Another is still doing well with dietary, but his diet is very, very restrictive and strict. Definitely not something that I personally could do unless I really had to do it. But this is my opinion. I believe that controlling your diet can effectively control your symptoms. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Everyone's disease is different. We need to remember that. I get sick of articles saying that if I just do this, then I will be better. Because you have no idea what's going to make me better. It's different than the next person. But so everyone needs to find out what those are. For some people, it's milk, dairy-based products. Other people, it's something else. But the danger, and what I have found, is that managing your diet may treat your symptoms, but your disease is not being treated. So the actual underlying disease is still active. So you may not feel bad, but your disease is getting worse and worse. You're not covering it up, but you're managing your symptoms of the disease instead of the disease itself. The disease is your immune system attacking your body. There are many theories and studies on why that happens. There was a recent one that came out to talk about bacteria and all this other stuff. But the bottom line is they don't know. There are some promising studies. I'm excited to find out the results of these studies, but right now that's all they are. They're theories and studies, and we need to see where they go. But I always kind of grimace when people say they're controlling their disease with food, because I've seen in 30 years, the majority of people I know that have done that have ended up in having to have surgery or go on what I'd consider the extreme medications when they have a severe relapse. Because there comes a point where the symptom control is not enough and the disease will win. Basically, will come out and you can no longer control it with diet. So my personal opinion is if you can do both, control your symptoms with diet, but also control the disease with medication. People say you're putting poison in your body when you're using medication, and it's not what God intended. I think that's a long discussion in and of itself. God didn't intend people to invent medicine, then they wouldn't have. There's both sides. That's not what we're saying. All I'm saying is that be careful. When people tell you you can control your disease with diet, make sure that you don't figure you no longer need a doctor, you no longer need tests, you no longer need to take care of yourself medically because you don't eat milk anymore, and your stomach aches went away. That's not how this disease works. Take care of both sides, eat healthy, don't eat the foods that trigger a disease response, but also be active with your gastroenterologist. Get the tests that he or she recommends, and maybe when the symptom control is no longer working, you won't have to be so extreme in the treatment. That's all I'm saying. Balance both. Use common sense. I think extremes are dangerous. So let me know what you think. Please share. If you have any questions, post them in the comments, and I will see you next time on Crohn's Talk.